Okay, so welcome to Devil's Den. We came here because we're in isolation and there's no one around for miles, and we chose a site that was a barrow, but an exposed barrow, so that there was no sense of contamination. So the last 10 days we've been in a journey with the coronavirus and in the journey of the changes in the earth and in the universe. And today, being the spring equinox, it was a perfect opportunity for us to come and ground with the sensation of the earth and the universe and the God energies and the pagan energies and the spiritual energies from around the world, from a multi-faith position. And part of the reason I'm mentioning multi-faith is because the recent meditations have incorporated Saint Corona, who is considered someone that had a written to be someone that had a who was in the Italian community, and she married a Catholic Roman soldier without telling them that she was a Christian. And then she was said to be persecuted in Syria by being tied up to two palm trees, one on one side and the other on the other side, with one hand, one leg, and then the palm trees were flipped down, and then she was said to turn up and separate, and that's how they split her body in half. Now that, as far as spiritual persecutions go, that is quite an extreme kind of sense of play in a really terrorist form of experience. It's like playing with the soul, playing with the body. And there's also the sense of separation, which through contamination one has to separate. There's a viciousness and aggressiveness and a reactiveness around also terror and fear, and also spiritual terror. And so that's why there's that energy to look at in relationship. Now, when I arrived here, I felt that we were in two places, two counterpart places, a position where the Earth's kind of future is in the balance with one point, a point of grounding and nurture and consistency and sustainability. And then we have the other point where we can go over in the next 15 years over the balance, and we can lose direction and lose sight of where we are. So those are the 2 points of reference that we have as far as the palm trees are concerned. Now we have to place ourselves in a different position, or we need to know our position, and we obviously want to be on the position of the palm tree that represents sustainability, centering the core of our hearts. And so I'm inviting you to get involved with that as a meditation in the grounding position with Saint Corona in mind, that she did suffer a lot, and we don't want her to suffer in vain. So what I'd like you to do is embody these experiences by centering within your heart and just noticing what it is to be in your body today. What is it that you're feeling? What is these little voices inside telling? Now we can go on a little journey, which might be the fear of why you can't be in your voice from a heart level, and we can embody that. And so what I'd like you to do is feel where in your body you may have a story. It may be in your stomach, it may be in your lungs, throat, mind, or somewhere else. But just notice where it is. Now that sense of fear, that sense of terror, you will have visited in various different lives or different stories that help you to protect yourself from living as a sensitive being. And what we want is the journey back into your sensitivity, into your heart, into your sense of vocation, into your call, into your belonging to be able to serve your talent. Now if you hold your talent in one hand, just look at it. Look at the beauty that it holds. Now look at the fear in the other hand. And we want the fear to be taken care of in a different way. So we let it go. We let the earth deal with it. Because the earth is ready to let it all go. Now take your talent, take your truth. Absorb it. Give grace and thanks to it. Allow it to ground you with who you truly are. And bring beauty and direction into new life. Now, a lot of what we have to do is in isolated situations, in places away from social contact. But it doesn't stop you from being true to who you really are. Now let that inner respect, that inner growth grow. What value do you have inside that you need to address, to add value to? What is the most valuable part of you that sits in your wisdom, your grace, and your love of humanity? Allow your position to serve from that perspective. And in that, we invite humanity in to embody our creation and to be a part of our truth. So we can just visualize all our beings holding space together in safe places of trust. We can visualize huge gatherings on a spiritual level where our energies shine forth and with each other as a collective. And we can bring that here. We can bring that in our temple. And in our inner temple, our sacred truth speaks out. The wisdom within you shines forth and leads you into your truth. The great protector always sees you. You are visible. Allow your vulnerabilities to speak out. Trust in your journey of faith. You will elevate, expand. Beauty, peace, and heaven awaits, because the great call brings us to a more peaceful, beautiful society. A place where beauty, heaven, and peace sit in a balance of humankind. We find our harmony, that pearl within our hearts, and we share those pearls of wisdom to create a more beautiful world, that where we belong, where we sit in Earth's energy with a belonging that we have always had. That belonging is innate, but we have to let go of those elements that toxify it. So we imagine the pearl of wisdom moving through our hearts and detoxifying our spirits to allow a pure trusted love, a dependability, a call of spirit, and an everlasting love. Peace be with you always. Amen.